Hello, hello.
The music. Forgot about the music.
No, we don't play the music this early on.
Oh, well. Actually, we don't play the music this early on.
Well, back to my introduction. Hello, hello. My name is Emma, and I'm the DM or Dungeon Master of DnDVL. Just as a brief disclaimer to our audience, everything we say or do tonight is acts of fiction. None of it is real, and we do not condone some of the behaviors depicted in tonight's airing of DnDVL. With that out of the way, let's introduce our cast. We have Elena board hopping for us.
Hello, hope everyone's doing well.
We also have Bree.
Hi.
Bree, who are you playing?
I'm playing Dylan Colosi. She's a winter Eladrin dressed mostly in blues, and she has like a frost-like appearance to her.
Okay. Next up is Ethan.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Ethan. I'm playing Dylan Colosi, but you can just call him Dill. He is a fall Eladrin. He wears mostly oranges and browns, and he's got a suit of armor on. He is completely bald.
For now. Next up is Robert.
Hello, my name is Robert. I'm playing Morgan Leslay, a summer Eladrin. No relation to those other two. She's dressed in yellow and white with a suit of scale mail on, and she's literally glowing all the time.
Alrighty. And lastly, we have Nick.
Hello, I'm Nick. I'm playing G. Willikers. The Ilderoy is silent, and he has a red coat with some coattails flowing underneath it, some orange hair, and white clown makeup because he's a real genuine clown. Also, he has a top hat that says $6.99 on it.
Amazing. If any of you are interested at home in what we're going to be playing tonight, obviously we are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and the module we'll be using tonight is the Wander Beyond the Witchlight. And if anyone wants to describe what happened last episode, go ahead.
Bree is raising her hand.
We met G's dad and had a little shopping episode in which we all got magic items. I know I got a bag of holding. I can't remember what anyone else got, though.
I got a gloves of thievery.
I got, give me a second. Bracers of archery.
I have like these boots that allow me to go up like surfaces. I don't know what kind of surfaces. I forgot, but I have them. And
Are they perhaps boots of spider climbing?
No, I don't think so.
Are they made for walking?
And that's just what I'll make them do.
They are boots of elvenkind, and they just make your steps silent.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, useless crap like that.
It'll be better for your illusion making, though.
Nuh-uh. We don't need them. I just shoved
What do you
them.
mean, no?
How are you going to misdirect people without the sounds of your steps?
I shoved it in my hat.
Oh, well,
So your hat doesn't make sense.
they're in the
gone
back rooms
forever.
now.
They're gone forever.
So who knows where those are now?
We'll find them
37
like 20 years
has 'em.
later.
It's the
I-
back rooms.
Papa bats.
But we're all forgetting the most important
Oh,
thing. We just leveled up.
Yeah.
And you know what that means.
What happened with everyone's level up?
Morgan has Fireball.
What does Fireball do, Robert?
8d6 fire damage in a 20-foot radius sphere on a point within 150 feet of me.
Amazing.
What's worse is Morgan can't tell directions.
Oh, Corellin's taking the wheel on this one.
What else did everyone get with their level ups?
I don't remember. I did this last week. I don't remember.
That's fair.
I'm looking it up right now.
What about you, Gilderoy? What did you get? Sorry, G.
What are we talking about again?
What you got in your level up to 5?
Oh. I don't remember. I don't even know if I added spells. I might have forgotten.
Well,
but I will
I
tell
mean,
you
who
soon.
cares about what these other two got? It only matters what I got.
Oh yeah.
And
Wah,
that
wah, wah.
is a proficiency bonus, making my 2 into a 3, making that 28 passive perception into a 29 passive perception.
You can also.
Oh,
There's also one
no.
other thing you got, isn't there?
Oh, I got this thing called extra attack. It's a thing that martial classes get, which is what I'm playing. It allows me to attack twice in a turn. And if I wanted to use light weapons, I could attack 4 times in a turn.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, it does.
No, it's not.
I'm Ebort, shut up.
So real. So real.
What do you mean that's not how that works? I'm stalling for these two to figure out what they
I got
Yeah,
uncanny
that's
dodge, which
Ooh.
I just lost it. When an attacker that I can see hits me with an attack, I can use my reaction to have the attack's damage.
It's pretty
Okay.
good.
I forgot this was a thing that rogues get. I've played a rogue once.
Amazing. Oh yeah, just a recap for everyone. Like, what is everyone's classes / subclasses, so the audience can sort of understand a bit more.
I'll start off. I am a rogue with the subclass of Arcane Trickster, which means I get to do fun spells from the wizard spell table.
I'm playing a fighter with the arcane archer subclass. So I don't have magic, except I kind of do, but it's just the arrows that are magical. And
Okay.
I'm good at firing them.
As you do.
I am a conduit.
And I'm playing a cleric with the light domain, which means I have a lot of light and fire-based spells. I'm very shiny.
I am a sorcerer, and my subclass is, what is that? Shadow magic is what it looks like.
Why wouldn't you be an illusionist wizard?
I don't know. Because I didn't think about it.
Real.
Because we needed someone in this party with a high charisma score.
Yeah.
I've got a decent charisma score.
And
I
the,
have-
the ones I just took while everyone else was naming off their classes and subclasses are, hold on, gotta remove my pop-up ads.
Want a break from the ads?
I do. I very much do. Stop telling me I have viruses. Oh, there's another one. Oh, hold on.
I don't care about large mountain cats in
Uh,
my general area.
All right, so I just grabbed Mage Hand, Invisibility, and Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
Hey. Everyone loves Cloud of Daggers.
I
Yeah.
love Cloud of Daggers so much.
Cloud of Daggers is ridiculous.
I can break it so easily.
Because it's broken.
I love upcasting it. My favorite thing to do.
So many D4s.
Alrighty. So with the 5th level ups out of the way, some things y'all didn't mention in your recap is that G's dad, also known as G with a J, is able to sort of make objects out of gold, and also you ran into Blightstraw again, and she was in a hot air balloon above a withered down tree, where all the kids who sort of have wanted posters for them are sort of just hanging out chilling.
Oh, that's right. And they were complaining that one of them got cursed.
Yep, one of them was cursed with exactly what?
Wasn't he made nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, he became
He became a
became
goody
good.
two shoes.
exactly. So let's get this show on the road.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
Oh no. If you don't know, on our Instagram, we Ethan,
Everyone should know the song Carn Evil 9.
that too. But yeah, with Instagram you can post songs to the post, and
I think they know how that works.
Yeah,
Well,
our
we don't
audience is
know.
all hip
Yeah.
youngsters. They know how that works.
Hip technologically wise.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, up ahead, a small group of children frolic around a leafy oak tree. Well, it's not so leafy anymore. Their grateful yelps carrying through the forest. Painted swings dangle from the tree's branches. Nestled in its crown is a remarkable treehouse. That was not the word that it used to describe it, but that's what I'm going with. And yeah, y'all sort of watch as Blightstraw sort of glides right over the tree. Morgan had casted Scorching Ray towards Blightstraw. It bounced back. G got a nat 20 on, like, deflecting it, so it just bounced right back outside. Right outside. Which now you're met with a different problem. The now dry and brittle trees are catching a flame.
Great. We'll smoke her out.
The flames are green with purple swirls dancing all around.
Those don't look like something I caused.
It wasn't me.
And as all of you sort of look towards Dyll as he says that,
Oh no, Emma,
you
my
notice
homeboy,
Making me cry.
making me cry, Steve.
you notice that he too has sort of those same flames atop of his head.
Why are you guys looking at me like that?
Are you okay?
Am I okay?
Barbershop treatment.
Dyll, you
Hesitating.
you don't feel anything. It doesn't hurt you. But it has a oddly cold breeze. Colder than what Dylan usually emits.
Are you specifically telling me that my head feels colder than the temperature that my sister emits?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I was the first one to get confused by the Dylan name. In planning, I'm like, is this going to be too confusing over the radio? Everyone was like, no, it'll be fine. And then it fell on me. I was the one who fell for it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, why are you all looking at me like that? Why did it just get colder?
Those are great questions, Dill. You know what?
Maybe I should put this lovely-handed hat on.
Actually, you know what? You should try that. I want to see what happens.
And I'd like to put the lovingly crafted hand-knitted hat that was so graciously given to me on top of my head.
The flames completely engulf it.
Don't you feel a little warmer now?
I don't feel the hat on my head. Why does it smell like smoke?
Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine.
Someone hand me a reflective surface. What is happening on my head right now?
G sort of takes the coffee pot, starts making another round of coffee. As
Morgan,
he sort of just looks at you wide-eyed.
What are you looking? Did your mother teach you it was rude to stare?
No.
Morgan sees another pot of coffee being made and is just like, her attention is entirely gone from Dill's plight and is just entirely focused on that.
Okay. Anyone else gonna do anything?
I'm so tempted right now to cast Frostbite.
I can bring your hair back with illusions.
That is probably something you could do, actually.
Yes, but how much do we trust him to do it? I like the top of my head remaining where it is.
I want to pull like a very gross looking blanket out of the hat. So it's just like, it's all right, just got to put this on your head, and then I pull it off, and the hair will all be there.
Okay. You place the blanket on top of Dill's head.
In an unnatural sign of emotion, I grab Morgan's hand. I'm scared.
Morgan is not paying attention to what's going on right now. She's focused on the coffee. She does not notice that you have grabbed her hand.
I'm scared.
Morgan's just like, where's that coffee, old man? Why are you going so slow?
So, as G sort of lays the
It's not that bad. I can
The
quit
blanket-
drinking coffee whenever I want. I just don't want to right now.
so as G
I can't. I'm an addict.
Mhm.
I'll admit it.
as G places the blanket on top of Dill's head, Morgan, you hear the subtle little beep from the coffee maker as Geofajay starts to pour himself a cup, slowly putting it back into place.
Can I sleight of hand to steal his cup?
Sure, go ahead.
Yes.
As for Dill and G, G, you start to work your illusionary magic. As you go to pull off the blanket, a really terrible, really synthetic fuchsia wig plops down on, onto onto Dill's head.
So you're telling me Dyll is just Stephanie from Lazytown?
Yes,
Oh,
except
can it be that exact wig?
sure.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Nice.
Why do I suddenly feel the need to be more active in my day-to-day life?
And it somehow has the flames under control, and you only see the flames peek out towards the bottom of it, but it sort of gives it a cool glowing effect, I guess.
I've got a really cool undercut going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, I got a
It's-
15 to steal his coffee.
It's licking the bottom of the wig, so it looks like my hair goes into flames at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
With your 15, he goes to put some sugar into his coffee, and he turns his head, noticing that it's gone. As he sort of scans the room, he glances over the fact that you are sort of just in a corner, drinking it super fast.
Sleight of hand to put it back.
As he continues to look around, make that sleight of hand.
That's a 9.
A 9. So he sort of just looks back down at the counter as you sort of just put the coffee there, tap the top of it a couple of times, and then sort of just whistle.
It's empty now.
Yeah, acting like nothing ever happened to it. And while all of this is going on, Dylan, you are watching horrible, horrible events go down outside.
It's like that one gif of the guy holding the pizza boxes with the fire all around him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dylan, you should not be witnessing this since you have the lowest passive perception in the party, but somehow you are. You are watching as Blightstraw's hot air balloon is slowly zapping down towards the children, watching colorful sparks fly into the air with each zap. And one by one, the children sort of come running back, all coming back in forms that they weren't previously in. Some take the form of small little toads. Others take the form of little wisps. And others sort of come back with a different personality, essentially.
Nick.
Right now in the other room,
You're welcome.
Ethan is showing a updated Hero Forge of Dill with what it sort of looks like.
Looks like Cosmo and Wanda threw up on his head.
Yeah.
Oh, and I forgot about the custard.
Yeah. Yeah, his Hero Forge model shows him holding a cupcake.
Amazing. And yeah.
Yo, shout out my boy Hero Forge. Today's episode is unfortunately not sponsored by Hero Forge. I'd love to get them on this. They are my favorite place for making D&D characters.
Anywho,
Anyways,
if y'all wanna, I don't know, discuss what the next possible course of action is, amongst yourselves, that would be pretty great.
I feel like this whole zapping children thing is maybe something we should look into stopping. Doesn't seem ethical.
I mean, the children look fine.
I don't.
I
You
mean,
know, that's your opinion, but they don't.
Dill,
What?
some of them turned into frogs.
Oh, we've all been turned into a frog every now and then.
Whoopsies.
What?
No, I think that was just Sir Talavar.
What kind of activities were you up to at summer camp?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Dylan. I've never been turned into a frog personally.
It happens.
Yeah, I've seen that. I know. But we can't. Blightstraw seems to be pretty impervious to everything we throw at her.
What if we got her to throw something at herself? What if we did the same trick she's pulling and made ourselves reflective? Same way she's making her reflective from our attacks. Seems like a good idea.
Perhaps. But how? Maybe we just need some really cool mirror.
What if... there is something we could always try. Gee,
Meh?
I think it's time for some illusions.
Yes, he's saying all the right things.
Is there a illusion or a spell that you can cast? Same thing with you, Dylan. Maybe you two could work together on this. Something that would trick her into targeting her own spells against herself. Even if it is as silly as a giant mirror.
Let's see. Let's check my arsenal. Of course I can. I don't know if I have a spell that can do that, but I can make up some honky.
I
Remind,
definitely
I can't
don't.
access my laptop.
I definitely don't have a spell that can do that, but I can cast guidance.
That would help.
I mean,
Maybe I
gee.
can trap her attack in my hat, and then I can pull the attack out of the hat.
Yes,
Just
but
what I
then
was
that's
about to say.
still us attacking her.
Eh.
Or, no, what you're saying is it would go into your hat, and then when it comes out, it's still technically her spell. Right?
Yes.
That could very much work. Good job, G.
Thank you. I have good ideas sometimes, very creative ideas.
So,
Yes, excellent work.
with that, do y'all make your way towards Blightstraw? Do you stay sort of by G with a J's house? What do you do?
I say we slowly make our way to her crashed balloon.
I so badly wanted to make a joke, like in reference to Over the Garden Wall, and just take one of the frog children. Nick, are you
Nick, is
okay?
everything okay over there?
Laptop is breaking.
Oh.
Me using my laptop.
My laptop is basically at the point where it's got to be a plugged-in console.
Oh, yeah.
The battery drains so quickly. Anyways, I vote that we start making our way to the hot air balloon. But we need... Gee, how confident are you on this, being able to redirect the attack?
I mean, I do have a job in the circus as an illusionist, so I think I can handle it quite well. And also, not to mention, I am the cringe lord of court or something.
That's
Yes,
true.
We do have the queen of these lands on our side. What could possibly go wrong?
Yes.
Actually, Morgan is only the queen of downfall, not thither.
That means I have diplomatic immunity here.
Oh, yes, you're right. I call being a royal guard. So does Dylan.
I was gonna make the joke, but what if I want to be the jester?
You can be the jester.
Alrighty. So everyone in agreement to sort of wandering down by the hot air balloon?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You sort of get there. Making your way down.
Making our way downtown.
And as you sort of wander through this forest, you notice that the flames are getting progressively more and more intense. I need a dexterity saving throw from everyone.
I can't do that. My character doesn't do that kind of stuff.
That's a solid 10.
10? Okay.
That's a 24. I think that's the highest I've ever rolled in this.
22.
Really? 22? Okay.
Dirty 22.
Okay. What about for G?
And that 20.
Nat 20? Okay. G, with your nat 20, you notice that branch is about to fall on Morgan. And before it does so, you're able to protect yourself and Morgan, and all of you sort of get by unscathed.
That's my cringe lord.
Yes! I did something! Again, I usually do things correctly.
He just like reached into his hat and pulled Morgan out of it.
And-
I didn't think that was going to work.
And G, the closer you sort of get to this hot air balloon, the more creative inspiration you start to feel.
My fingers are tingling again.
You almost feel pulled to draw from the hat. If you want to make me a wisdom saving throw real quick.
Wisdom. 17.
17. You sort of place your hand over top of the hat. Before fully delving in, you sort of just hover there for a moment as a low sort of glow emits from the hat. It's sort of golden, a little bit of sparkles going on.
Wow.
And you feel drawn to pull from it. As
I'm
you,
going to pull from the hat.
you're gonna pull from the hat,
I don't know why I want to. But I think I should.
you pull from the hat something very, very interesting. You pull an egg. But
Oh,
it's not
no.
any type of egg.
An evil egg.
The egg is sort of almost dark emerald in color with sort of what can be best described as sort of like a black goop, sort of like slightly like covering over top of it.
Ew. Gee, where'd you get that egg? You don't know where that's been.
It's been in my hat.
That's the worst place it could possibly be. You
I-
understand.
I don't understand what you're talking about. My hat is perfectly reliable.
Gee, what even is that black goop on it?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna dunk my head into the hat and then scream to 37. 37! Did you put this goop on the egg?
37 doesn't respond.
And then I pull my head out. Oh yeah, he's a rabbit. He can't talk.
Does he have any of the goop on his head now that he's pulled his head out of the hat?
Surprisingly, no.
That's very concerning.
And with that,
Anyway, breakfast.
G, you're teleported back to where you came from.
Me?
Before entering all of this, you are met in a void, all by yourself. You feel 3 drops hit the center of your forehead. Drop, drop, drop. As you sort of sit up, coming to, you're only met with a signpost. All of the letters seem to be scrambled, besides one that says the end, pointing to a little tavern just just in front of you. The tavern is vacant. No
Hey.
lights.
I back there in college.
No lights. No nothing. It's empty. Completely and utterly empty.
G doesn't say a word, looking through the abyss, and he just gets into his a fetal position as he is in this void.
As you do that, the rest of you notice that G has gone completely motionless.
G, Cringelord, G, Cringelord, G.
As he drops to the ground. And you
Willikers.
notice,
Willikers, what is going on?
Can I do a medicine check to try and see what's wrong with him?
sure, go ahead. Dyll, as you're sort of looking over, Morgan would probably notice this glancing over him. But Dyll, you notice that the time on his wrist that originally said 3 days and something hours is quickly changing. It's going all to zeros back up to 90, like 7 years, and it's fluctuating in time right now. It doesn't seem to be working properly, and whatever sort of dealer's curse or spell he's under is not working.
Well, there's only one thing that I think we can do in a time like this. We've tried shouting his name. There's one thing left. I'm going to smack him. Specifically, I'm going to backhand him with my armored glove.
Wake up, Lieutenant.
I got a dirty 20 on my medicine check also.
On your medicine check, he is not under any sort of illness that you know of. Yeah, nothing seems to be wrong. G, as you sort of lay there, remembering all the years you spent in this void, you're awoken by a sharp slap to the face. And you see the party sort of stand over you.
Cringelord, what happened?
Gee Willikers, you sure did scare us.
Well, would you look at that? The hat had nothing to say.
Are you okay?
All right, who wants breakfast? Looks at the
No.
goopy egg.
Is everything okay? Are you okay?
Of course, everything's okay. Everything is fine. I do the illusion little finger wave that I usually
Can I insight check that?
Also, inside check.
I would also like to insight check that.
Okay.
19.
And then, G, if you want to contest that and roll deception.
Yeah, that's not beating a 19
17.
or a 17.
I had to re-roll it because it was not even on a number. That is a dirty 22.
All
He's lying. He's a big.
He
he's
said,
a big
you
fat
know,
liar.
like a liar.
Yeah, all of you sort of immediately pick up that something is, in fact, the matter of G. He is not acting right. He's seen something while he was out cold.
Gee, what was in the hat? What did you see in there?
Lots of things. Nothing actually. Technically,
Morgan.
it was
Morgan. Distract him. That is whispered into Morgan's ear.
All right.
We're gonna be like, oh, look at that!
Technically, it was a lot of nothing. Technically, it was somebody's fabricated backstory.
I want to put my head in the
I
hat.
was literally thinking the same thing.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm telling Morgan to distract G.
Oh, I wasn't even going to say anything about distracting. I was just going to shove my head in.
Okay, well, I put my head in the hat.
Okay.
If that's okay, Nick.
Yeah.
So you put your head in the hat. And it's just a regular old top hat. Nothing's there.
This is. I'm just standing here like an idiot with a hat over my face. Someone else try this. Morgan.
Morgan will stick her head into the hat.
Well, now that you're no longer distracting me and I just watched that happen. Meh. What are you doing over there? Weirdo.
Morgan, you're met with the same thing where it's just a regular old hat.
Dylan, you want to give this a try?
Yeah, Dylan's gonna take the hat and shove her head in.
Dylan. It's also a regular old hat.
Well, hold on a minute. Maybe we're doing this wrong, and I take the hat back. I would like an egg, and I reach inside the hat.
You sort of feel around the inside of the hat. Nothing's there.
It's just a hat.
This
If anything, you pull out a little, like, lint from, like, the corner of the hat. But otherwise, there's nothing.
Here's your hat back.
Listen, it's okay. Beginners don't usually get illusionist tricks for the first time.
Maybe he really is magical.
I think he is. Listen, G,
Meh.
I understand you've probably been through something very traumatic just now. Just know that you can trust us, even though we did steal your hat.
Traumatic.
Yes.
What's so traumatic about an infinite black void?
I'm sorry. What?
Ah,
That explains a lot.
does it? You know what? I think it does.
No, it raises more questions than answered. But, G, if you ever need to talk, this is a safe space.
Relatively speaking.
Emotionally, not physically. I think we are currently about to get
Burned
targeted by
alive.
spells and burnt alive. But
No, not with the hat. Not with the hat because we're going to reflect the spells, remember? We're going to win.
yes, but are you
With
in a
illusionist
are
magic.
you in a space where you can effectively pull that one off?
Of course. There's more people here than there are out there than there are in the void. So I mean, there's a better chance out here than being stuck in there.
Can I see G's arm? Is it still doing the wacky numbers thing?
No. It's back to saying 3 days and let's say not even an hour, 59 minutes. So
Well, we're relying on you, Cringe Lord.
Yes.
as
Relying
y'all,
on me.
as y'all sort of say that, you're now sort of faced with a conundrum. As you see Blightstraw sort of floating away. But on the other side of you, whatever sort of egg G has just pulled out from his hat is starting to crack open. And it's beginning to hatch.
What new terror raises its head?
All right, we need G to focus.
If I were to, say, touch this egg, would it teleport to an area within 20 feet of me? Is it that kind of egg from the end?
I think we need. Sorry.
I don't think it would do something like that. I don't think so.
I think we need to split our resources. We need G to go redeflect any blasts from the hot air balloon, and we need someone to go with him.
Dylan's gonna raise her hand and volunteer as tribute.
You sure you can handle this?
Yeah.
I trust you. All right.
right.
Morgan, you ready to fight whatever comes out of that egg?
Assuming it's hostile, yes.
Yes.
It might be friendly.
We might be able to tame it.
Indeed.
Yes.
I also want to be known that
Nick.
I was laughing over here a little bit ago because I had the really funny image
A
of
horse appears.
of Dylan after trying to put her head through the hat, then taking out her bag of holding and shoving her head in there.
Just to compare.
And then I was like, no, that's a really bad idea.
Yeah, you have to hold your breath first.
I shudder to think what would happen if you put the hat in the bag of holding.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no, it's its own bag of holding. This hat.
So I'm going to do something that's a little bit fun.
The bag of holding would implode in on the hat because the hat is more powerful.
It would open a black hole.
Yeah.
I'm going to have y'all roll initiative, sort of, except Morgan and Dyll will be sharing a turn order. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take both Dill and Morgan's initiative count and then average it.
I got a 6. What'd you get?
I got a 10.
That's an average of 8.
Yep, okay. Thank you.
I got an 18.
I got a nat 20. So that makes that a 28.
Amazing. So let me put that in order.
Wait, what did you get, Nick?
18.
Okay. All I heard was an 8, and I was like, did you seriously get an 8?
It's an average of 23.
I'm awesome.
Before we split up,
I am so awesome. I am so cool.
right before we split up, I'm going to cast Guidance on G. So for the next minute, G can add a D4 to all of their ability checks. Well, one
Great.
ability check.
Do we have like a secret sibling handshake? We need to have a secret sibling handshake.
I'm trying to think of what it could be. I'm trying to think of like pop culture ones right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll find out.
Okay. And yeah, y'all do that. Sorry, I'm just pulling something up on my computer. But yeah, Dylan, you're running off towards the hot air balloon. And Dill, Morgan, I'm guessing you are readying to face whatever comes out of this egg.
Yep.
Okay. So, if this page would load, please. Please and thank you. It is Blightstraw's turn, and Blightstraw looks down, noticing instantly that she has some peeps following her. So she's gonna look down at G and be like, huh. Well, it seems as though you don't want the extra time to take care of my little errand.
Oh, yeah, I forgot all about that. Nah, yeah, we'll get around to it
Oh.
eventually.
I forgot about the errand.
Since you don't really care, and she sort of snaps her fingers, that should do it. And
Right.
your clock dwindles down to 5 hours.
Wow. Hey, what happens at the end of this, by the way? You never really told me.
Oh, you'll find out.
Is
You'll
there
find out.
A
Indeed.
party?
Oh, no. It's something better than a party. And she's going to, she is going to do an attack
Huh.
against G.
Meh.
Need to roll real quick, and I'm gonna be using Avray, the Discord bot. 1d20. G, what's your AC?
Oh, 12.
12? Okay. The first one misses.
Okay. Whoa.
But the second one hits. And
G, use the hat.
Use the hat, G.
I will say
Use
you
the hat.
you could use the
Red.
hat as a reaction.
Use the hood, red.
I can use that as a reaction, really?
Yeah.
Did you just
Okay, I
reference
guess I'll do.
Hoodwinks?
I
I'm
just referenced
very
Hoodwinks.
curious. I'll see what happens.
All right. Yeah, she's gonna hit you with like a little ray that is sort of gray in tone with little swirls that come right at you.
I just yank the hat off my head and then just hide behind it.
All right. As you do so, roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay.
Come on, G. We believe in you, G.
That is a 19.
A 19.
Mm-hmm.
The little withering ray goes right into the hat.
Oh. Man. What am I doing with this? I wanna.
And
Would that be another turn to push it out?
yes,
Okay.
you would do it on your turn. And with that, it is Dylan's turn.
I'm trying to think what I want to do. I'm looking at my spells right now. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do.
Could always just hide
I could, but why would I do that?
because you're a rogue.
Once again, why would I do that when I have funny spells? Actually, how far is Bladestraw from us? Like feet?
She's about 60 feet.
Ooh, perfect. I would like to cast Ice Knife.
Okay, any saves or is it spell attack?
I think it's an attack roll,
Yeah,
right? It's an attack roll, and then it explodes and takes a saving throw,
hold on.
or something like that.
I have to make a spell attack against target. I was debating how I was going to do this, but I think I'm just going to do it straight.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be great, though. So that's a 9.
A 9
Real. How's it
plus
go?
anything?
No, that's just a 9.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit her.
How does it, like, just hit next to her?
Nope.
Where does it, how far from her does it hit?
It sort of just flies past her.
Either way, the shard explodes.
But where does it explode?
Well, it has a range of 60 feet. So
Ruh-roh.
it's next to her. Like, it is next to her, but is it within 5 feet of her?
Probably not. It would
Okay.
probably be just out of reach.
Okay. Then that's it.
Alrighty. Now it is G's turn.
Meh.
Eh.
All right. So I'm going to, with that hat, I'm going to hit the top of it, and aim it at her, being like,
Alright.
please be the right thing.
Roll a d20 plus 6.
Okay. Does anyone have a D6?
Do
I
you
think-
mean just add
Just
a 6
add
to the
6.
roll?
Yeah, add 6 to the roll.
Oh. What was the D20 that I was rolling? What am I adding to that?
6.
6.
Oh, so actually plus 6, not
Yes.
an actual thing on my character sheet. Okay. 17.
17 hits her. Do you want to roll me? 4d6 and add 3 to that?
There you go.
How many do you need?
2 more. Thank you.
You don't have any D6?
How do you not have a D6?
I lost them all.
Real.
Real.
18.
18. Okay. She takes 18 points of necrotic damage.
Good.
Yes.
Meh.
Hey, it worked.
Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm very proud of you, G. You did good today.
Aw, thank you.
It's just Dyll shouting from the window. You did great, sweetie.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Get him, cringe lord.
Who's that wonderful Gilderoy?
But that's gonna be my turn.
That's my cringe lord.
All right.
Could he be any cuter?
He's doing a little jig. He's like moving, skedaddling his little noodle legs around. he's excited. He's happy that something worked for once.
So Morgan Dill, as you sort of look back at G for that brief moment, and then turn back towards the egg hatches. and the top sort of falls off. At first, you don't see anything. But then you see a little head pop out. It's definitely draconic in nature.
Can I go grab like meat from the kitchen?
Sure.
Awesome. I'd like to go grab meat from the kitchen.
All right.
I grab the big steak, comic cartoon looking steak.
All right. Roll me athletics for that to
Oh, man.
sort of jog over there and then carry back all that meat.
As for me, I'm
Well,
going.
that's gone. That just disappeared under the darkness of the table. Let me try again. Nope, it's gone. Don't worry about it. That is a 17.
17. Yeah, you sort of bring back a whole bunch of meat. Morgan.
I will attempt to soothe the creature with an animal handling check, and before they do that, I'm going to cast guidance on myself
Okay.
for an extra 1d4.
Thank you, Bree.
All right, that is that
Got you.
plus. Yeah, that is a mod 20.
Alrighty. How exactly are you gonna soothe this little baby goop dragon?
I'm gonna like pet its head a little bit, maybe take it in my arms and make little noises at it.
Okay, it sort of
You're gonna turn it into a cat?
Yes.
crawls into your arms and sort of curls up in it. Taking one of its claws and sort of not trying to hurt you, but sort of playfully moving its hand around.
Oh no, did it imprint on Morgan?
No.
That would be so awesome, though. The queen needs her dragon.
Of course.
But yeah, the dragon sort of just looks up at you, and like a cat, is making purring sounds.
And be like, who's a good dragon? You are so cute. Who's a dragon? You're a dragon.
A
And
girl and
yeah.
her best friend, her dragon.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn my head and look at where Dyll ran off to, be like, just scream, Dyll, where's the meat?
Yes, I'm coming. As I run back with this cartoon steak.
Okay, you come back with this cartoon steak.
That's just to describe the size. Everyone knows what I mean when I say a cartoon
I'm picturing,
looking steak.
I'm
Mhm.
picturing,
I'm picturing
a
an
steak.
entire side of beef.
Yeah, basically.
I picture meat on a bone from One Piece.
I'm just
Real.
I'm picturing
Real.
Tom and Jerry's steak.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. And you sort of bring it back. Are you gonna try and feed it to the goop dragon?
I'm going to present it to the dragon.
Okay.
And I'm going to let it do whatever it does on its own.
I'm gonna try and use a knife to cut up the meat into bite-sized chunks for the goop dragon.
Okay. You wanna roll a survival check for me?
I can. I'm gonna guidance that because guidance. All right, that's that. All right, that's a 16.
A 16. So yeah, you make the little tiny bite-sized pizzas. But the goop dragon doesn't seem too interested in it, honestly. It sort of hops down from Morgan's arms and takes a piece of grass and sort of just starts chewing on it before looking up and immediately noticing G off in the distance, casting back the withering ray. And it's gonna sort of widen its eyes, its very emerald eyes, and sort of dash towards G.
You should have gotten the salad.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry that I got meat, which is what dragons eat.
Hey, you can't be that generalist for dragons. They're weird.
Oh, my apologies. I will do better next time.
I'm gonna chase after the dragon.
I'm going to chase after Morgan.
Can I get a read on how aggressive this dragon is being towards G?
It doesn't appear to sort of chase after G in an aggressive way. It's more so, I don't know how to explain it. More so in the sense like it seems familiar with G.
Ah.
So yeah.
As we're running, I'm gonna shout out to G. G,
Meh.
you know this guy? As I point to the dragon.
I'm going to shrug. He's just going to shrug as he watches the dragon just kind of barrel towards him as he
Insight check.
he's going to like have the hat like slowly raising up.
That's a mod 20 on the insight check. Does G know this creature?
I have no clue
Nope.
what this is.
Hmm. It seems to really like you.
Why is it charging at me? I don't like it.
Give it some grass or salad or something. It likes plants.
I'm going to start ripping grass out of the ground and throwing it at it as I run away.
Okay. It sort of like jumps up like trying to grab the grass, and it sort of falls on its back. And it goes silent for a moment.
Me?
As you sort of see like the tears start to bubble up in its eyes, and like its mouth is like sort of sealed shut before it lets out a horrifying like high-pitched cry, and
Gee, you made him cry.
No, I didn't mean that.
and he starts to run back over to Morgan and like sort of claw at her ankles.
I'm gonna give him a big ol' hug. Be like, it's okay. It's okay.
And she sort of just
I can make that into an attack. I pick up the grass that I threw at it and just shove it in my hat.
you shove it in your hat. And the dragon sword just pouts towards G, and then looks up to Morgan, and then says, "Mama."
Sure, I'll be your mama.
Morgan, if you want to write that you now have a companion in your inventory.
All right. I'm writing down Goop Dragon.
Giant goop dragon.
Well, I don't know. How big is this Goop Dragon?
It's honestly right now in its current state tiny.
I'm just picturing the small fries from Splatoon right now.
I don't know why, but I thought of a Digimon.
Which Digimon? You can't just leave us hanging like that.
The default Digimon. I don't know what it's called. I don't know Digimon.
That's the point. No one knows Digimon.
Except for Dan.
Yeah, Dan seems like the kind of guy to know Digimon. Shout out my boy Dan.
Shout out to my boy Dan.
Shout out to the wizard.
Why would Cassandra Dobler say this?
Which, by the way, if you missed that episode with the wizard, you should totally go check it out. It's on the Fredonia radio station's YouTube channel. Do we remember what episode it was? I think it was
2 episodes ago, right?
Well, this
give me
would be
one
the
second.
second episode. Or this would
What?
make this. If you're listening to this right now, it's 2 episodes ago.
Yes.
But for the sake of this conversation, it's 1 episode ago.
Mhm.
And you should just go listen to all of them while you're at it.
Yeah.
And while you're looking for all that D&D related stuff,
It was.
you should come to D&D Club. We only meet 1 time this week on Tuesday, 6 to 9 in the Science Center. And after that,
Wait.
next week
It's
No.
not in the
We're
science
in
center.
Williams Center for
Yeah.
the rest of the semester.
in the Williams Center. We'll be in the Williams Center for the rest of the semester. We have 1 meeting this week. Next week is Thanksgiving break. And after Thanksgiving break will be the final meeting of club. Final 2 meetings of club for the rest of the semester. I cannot wait for Tom and I to emotionally destroy everyone,
Again.
as is tradition.
I will also be DMing Beware.
It was episode 4.
Episode 4. Thank you.
I didn't
Bree.
just go to my Facebook and find the thumbnail. What are you talking about?
And then Elena.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say whichever building it's in, you should go to this club. It's super cool. But also, just so you're listening to 89.5 The Inferno.
Thank you very much. And just as a reminder, everything we say or do tonight is acts of fiction.
Except for the hat. We are all looking into a top hat in here.
Yeah, we have a real hat.
The hat is
It's
real.
mine.
Nick is currently pulling stuff out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He shoved some grass into it, like right on cue, too.
We don't know where he
The hat
picked
is
the grass up
current.
from.
The hat is currently the one piece of clothing that we all love.
Love is a very strong word.
When you said the one piece of clothing, I thought you were going somewhere else.
I missed
Yeah.
it. I missed the One Piece joke.
Robert and I both had the same thought.
Get your mind out of the gutter, Bree. I expect that from myself, not you. Just kidding. I absolutely expect that from you.
the one piece of
How many musicals have you watched with me now? 2?
Yeah.
Well, plays. Shows.
Yeah. Well, 3.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
we did watch Repo.
Alrighty. With that, let's get back to combat. This time, Blightraw's gonna target one attack towards Dylan and then another one towards G.
She can sure try.
Let me do quick math. Dylan, can you tell me your AC?
Give me one momento. My AC is a 14.
Okay, so that definitely hits.
But I would like to silver barbs that.
Okay,
Let's go.
describe to the audience what Silvery Barbs does.
This is my first time ever using it. You magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. You can then choose a different creature you can see within range. You can choose yourself. The chosen creature has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw makes within 1 minute. A creature can be empowered by only one use of the spell at a time. I'm gonna pick G.
So do you disadvantage or I have disadvantage?
You have advantage.
Okay.
Blightstraw needs to re-roll at attack roll.
Yes. Blightstraw got a 22 on that one.
So she has to use the 14.
What do you mean the 14?
Or not the 14, the first roll.
The first roll was a 24.
Oh, never mind. She does use a 22. I didn't know it was a 24. I'm scared for my life. I'm glad I used that.
Alrighty.
I'm scared for your life as well.
I'm a squishy character, guys. Not as squishy as G, but I'm squishy.
You take 14 points of
Oh.
necrotic damage.
Yowza.
I am in fact Squish G.
Stop.
See, it's funny because these puns are bad.
You can do much
You
worse.
said 14.
Mm-hmm. And then G, this one also hits. Would you like to use your reaction to, use the hat?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Hold on. I can have that. I forgot I had uncanny.
I would love to use my hat.
Well, you used your reaction for
That's
silvery
true, I
barbs,
did.
so no one can any dodge.
Womp.
Fortunately.
Womp womp.
Okay. What did we say the hat does?
D6. Hey, gang. It's
Here,
me.
just
It's
keep
your
my-
boy.
Keep my d6 at this point.
Awesome.
Not permanently for the rest of the session.
16.
Okay. So the hat sort of absorbs the, withering, ray.
Okay.
And then on your next turn, you can sort of send it back out. And now it is Bree's turn.
Yippee!
Didn't
I-
Bree just have a turn?
I
Nope.
reacted. Da-da-da-da-da.
I'm
I'm
joking.
gonna
That's a joke. Don't take that seriously.
No, yeah. I'm gonna try Ice Knife again.
Okay.
Knife.
Knife.
What have you got there?
A knife.
No.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna use my DM inspiration. Because I still have another one.
Yeah.
That one was worse. Well, that's a 12. It was originally a 14.
Okay, a 14 to hit?
It's a 12.
Oh, 12 does not hit. I am so
That's it.
sorry.
Should have taken the 14.
All right. Next up, it is G.
Meh. All right, so I'm aiming at the one witch lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to aim at her. Except this time, now that I know that it works, I'm gonna get a little more creative with how I fire it. I'm going to like, just run a little bit, get a bit of a running start. I'm not gonna run at her. Well, no, I am at her, but not right to her.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump up onto the hat and then kick it with like the what is it? I want to kick it with my heel as if the hat was a horse.
Alrighty. Yeah, roll to hit.
It's the
You get advantage.
awesome.
And then you add the 6 to that.
I get advantage. Awesome. All right, so I got a 19.
19, that hits.
Awesome.
Roll 46 plus 3.
Hello, everybody. It's me.
Donations.
It's your favorite boy. Can I have one more d6? Thank you. $20.
20? Okay. Yeah, you're doing numbers to her.
Yes. I am gonna pump my hands up in the air, all excited and stuff.
And with that, Blytra sort of notices that she's not doing too well. So, as a reaction, she's gonna snap her fingers one more time.
Uh-oh.
And with that final snap, she's gone. And the hot air balloon
Wow.
sort of just floats away with no one inside.
It's like the house from Up disappearing into the mist at the end.
Exactly. And with that, we're all out of combat.
She used her illusionist magic to disappear.
Wait.
Impressive.
Maybe she's in your hat.
Good idea. I'm gonna check my hat.
Can you roll a D100?
Oh, sure.
You can do it, G. I believe in you.
Okay, they're both here.
I wish I had brought my D100.
That is an 80.
Okay, with an 80, you sort of feel around in your hat, trying to find something, anything, and you pull out a very muscular man in a tactical uniform. I don't know. He looks like he could crush a boulder if he wanted.
Oh,
to.
that one.
Oh.
Is that Blightstraw? Are you Blightstraw? This doesn't look like Blightstraw.
Christopher Redfield, what are you doing here?
It's the
Except-
way that my first thought wasn't Chris Redfield, it was Snake.
Except he doesn't look like Chris Redfield. Instead, he his face is that of Sonic.
What?
Huh?
Bree is side-eyeing me right now.
Please tell me more, please.
Which Sonic? Like animated, or are we talking like Ben Schwartz Sonic?
Ben Schwartz Sonic. Oh, I guess no. I know what you're talking about.
Or,
His
or
eye-
are we talking?
His eyes are divided. Yeah, he has two eyes.
Not
unlike
just
normal
that,
Sonic.
but also the teeth.
Yeah,
no,
are we
that's
talking
not the
like
same. That's not the
like
same. There are two Ben
original
We're talking
live
the
action
original.
Sonic, or are we talking?
Ugly Sonic, my boy.
I forgot Ugly Sonic existed.
Ugly Sonic is what you're talking about.
No,
Yeah.
I was thinking like when.
The one from the movie is completely fine.
No, when the initial design for Sonic dropped.
That's Ugly Sonic.
Yeah, it's Ugly Sonic.
Not like
Chip,
I'm
and,
not.
Chip
not
and Dale is parodying that Sonic.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not
that's
talking
nice.
about the parody.
It's the same Sonic.
It's the same Sonic.
It is the same Sonic. The exact same one.
I'm having a mental crisis, guys.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to show you this afterward.
No.
I'm the Sonic expert. I
Please
know.
don't show this to me. No, Robert, I'm not
They're
looking.
the same.
It's the same image. Corporate's asking you to find a difference between these two images.
I can't believe I forgot
It's
Ugly
the same
Sonic
picture.
existed,
The-
and I literally had an NPC
The
called
redesign.
Ugly Sonic.
The redesigned Ben Schwartz Sonic is a completely different design from the Ugly Sonic.
I think it's also because I haven't seen the movies. But continue, Emma.
Oh! We will.
We have to wait for we have to wait for Valentine's Day though.
That's true.
Mm.
The Sonic movieversary.
Yeah. When did the second one come out again?
April 6th.
Oh gosh, that's such a big time skip between the two of them.
Could be wrong.
So yeah, you pull out a Sonic headed man with a muscular body.
Sonic Redfield.
Yeah. Sonic Redfield.
Roger Craig Smith himself.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, he sort of just looks at you, blinks
Hello.
slowly, and then sort of just pushes himself back into the hat.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure that wasn't Blightstraw?
I don't think so. You mean the lady from earlier?
Yeah.
Maybe. Were you Blightstrom? I'm gonna scream back into the thing.
Instead, 37 sort of just pops up. Except it's not the 37 that's a puppet in a cage. It's a different 37 that sort of just pops up and sort of just nibbles on a carrot.
Is that Blightstraw? That doesn't look like Blightstraw either.
Maybe she's changing her appearance.
We know she's proficient in illusions.
But yeah, along the way, you have managed to find yourself in front of that big tree that all the children were sort of originally at. And you see one of them sort of just walk up to you and say, "Oh, hello there. How are you? Are y'all doing okay?"
I think of greater concern is how are you doing? You look like Blightstraw was zapping you.
Oh, I'm doing quite all right indeed. My name's Will. So sorry I didn't introduce myself to you originally before. That was very rude of me. I'm so sorry. And he sort of just bows his head in front of you.
Aren't you supposed to be like delinquent, like not this polite?
Oh, I was, and I feel very ashamed for my ways. But now I am on the upside. I am doing better. I'm gonna get good grades at school. I'm gonna do all my homework. I'm not gonna skip any classes. I'm gonna.
They have schools here?
I don't know if I believe that.
They have a public I don't think the Hags would fund a public education system.
Oh, they don't. But we have very nice people in little cottages that will teach us here and there. They even helped me level up my history skill by 1 point.
Interesting. So why was Blightstraw zapping you? Do you know?
Oh, I think it was because I was wanted, but she didn't want to bring me in herself because that's no fun. So instead, she thought it would be fun to put a little curse on me and then leave, which wasn't very nice of her. I don't recommend doing any of her actions.
Ugh. Magic users never solving the problem directly. Always, not you, Dylan.
Oh, say.
Always going out of their way to not deal with their problems.
That's why I only use my magic on fireballs.
Exactly. No,
Very direct.
everyone except for Dylan, of course. It is. he says except for Dylan because when these two were doing all their crimes together and everything, he was the direct solution. You know, Dylan would go, Dill, kill that guy for me.
Get him.
Get him.
Get him.
Dill that guy.
Kill that guy.
Kill that guy.
Prowler. Kill that guy.
But yeah. And then, yeah. But maybe it was also because we were sort of trespassing. Ooh, we should probably step away from this tree. We're technically trespassing at the moment. Maybe step like 5 to 10 feet back because technically this is her sister's tree house.
This is her sister's treehouse.
Yeah, it's her sister that's like really vain and.
Gee, what was your task again?
It was stealing a painting from somebody's house.
Wasn't it her sister's house?
Maybe.
Her sister that lives in this region.
In this tree?
Perhaps.
How much time do you have left?
All right, let's see here. And then I'm gonna shove my wrist up to my eyes.
You are down to 4 hours, 33 minutes, and 33 seconds.
There's 4 hours, 33 minutes, and 3, 2, 1. 0 seconds.
Okay, yes, we're quickly running out of time. I noticed that. You said this little boy, this is where her sister lives.
Yes, so we should probably step back because we're currently trespassing at the moment.
Gee, did you have to steal it or just destroy it?
I think I had to steal it. Which I could easily do with my illusion.
All right, well, it looks like we are going to ignore this little boy's warnings and we are going to go inside that treehouse.
Yeah, I don't see the problem.
All right. I would not recommend that. I will probably go find someone else to come and stop you guys, but like, I don't want to force y'all to do something you don't want to do. So I'm just gonna go this way and probably meet back up with you in the next 10-20 minutes. So bye. And Wilsor just runs off.
Bye-bye. What a sweet lad.
All right. So we're going into the treehouse. That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Right. Before we do, who got hurt in that last fight?
I did.
Cure wounds.
Yay. Yippee.
You heal 7 hit points.
Yippee.
All right. So, how exactly do y'all want to sort of break in?
Are there any noticeable entrances to
There,
this tree?
there is a very noticeable front door.
Well, I've had success in the past with distracting other powerful magic users in the realm. I could try it again while you guys sneak in.
Sneak. Why does that have a familiar word to it? Why do I feel like I have something that'll help me in this scenario?
Like boots that make all of your movements silent.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Oh, I'll figure it out when we're done.
Alrighty.
Gee,
Meh.
you have boots. You just got boots that make all of your movements silent.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna take off my hat and just dig around for them. The first thing I grab, I'm gonna put on my feet and then head in. Well, let's go.
Well,
I'm gonna.
are there any? Sorry.
I'm gonna go up to the door. Is it locked? This door?
Yes, it is in fact locked.
My time has come. I would like to lockpick this door.
Wait. Before you do, I'm going to take off my gloves of thievery and give them to you. You now have +5 to your lockpicking.
Can I take off my gloves of thievery and put them on Dylan as well?
Just double.
Sure.
All right.
You have
Here,
+10.
take those.
But now that I notice this is happening, I'm gonna take off my clown gloves and just put them onto Dylan as well. However, there are no hands under the gloves.
What?
It seems like
That's cursed.
it seems like my hands are literally invisible, but I just like place the gloves on her hands and I'm like, there you go, and then I just pat her with my invisible hand.
Are you okay? You know what? Forget
I'm
I asked.
scared.
Okay.
I haven't done this in a long time. Do I just roll straight?
It's
To
a sleight of hand check.
Okay, is it
Yeah.
sleight of hand? Okay. I can remember.
So you have +5 per set of gloves of thievery
You
we
want
just
to know
gave
what's
you.
really funny?
What?
That then gives me a +22.
Nice. That's almost as good as the plus to Dill's passive perception.
Emma, that's a 38.
a 38. You do it.
Congratulations, you do it.
Congratulations.
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 Dylan is then going to take off the gloves and hand them back to their respective owners before knocking on the door 3 times.
Upon knocking on
Very
the door.
gently.
Okay, upon knocking on the door 3 times, you're met with it almost feels like a portal to another place, somewhere else. And before you lays a bridge. A gnarled bridge formed by tangled tree roots span a rocky, dried up riverbed. And you see a little sign that says Loom Lurch. Where would y'all like to go? Because I have sent the map for Loom Lurch in our visual aids cast.
Yes.
chat.
Where are we right now?
You are currently
Are we at the compass?
you're currently at L1.
So at the compass.
Yes.
This is like a fallen over. This is weird. Okay.
When you were saying treehouse, I wasn't picturing this.
Yeah,
Well,
neither
no.
was I.
No, there is a tree, but this is just like somewhere deep within the tree. Like I said, it's like teleporting you to somewhere else.
Oh, okay. Because I was picturing, like, how kids make tree houses.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to go in and we need to find the portrait. I
The
will,
mission's simple. Go
Ah.
in.
I will sacrifice myself if we need someone to distract the mistress of the house.
The mission is simple. We go in, we get the portrait, we get out. And we all get out alive.
That sounds like a
Except maybe Dill.
good plan to me.
I plan on leaving better than I came. Anyways, let's go find that portrait.
All right. So where are y'all heading to?
Well, I suppose we can just cross that bridge over to L3.
L3?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you stumble upon the parlor. This chamber is nestled between walls of twisted roots, through gaps in which you can see the eerily beautiful woodland surrounding you. A closed-wooden door stands opposite the root bridge that leads into this room, in the center of which are 4 armchairs, encircling a small table laid out for a tea service. A painted wooden box, 3 feet on a side, rests in a corner. A crank protrudes from one side of it, causing it to resemble an oversized jack-in-the-box.
My cringe lord.
That's me.
Why don't you go over-
He puts his glove. He puts his gloveless sleeve as a salute.
why don't you go over and mess with that box?
Okay. What do you want me to do with it?
Just turn the crank a little bit. I'm sure
Okay.
it'll be right up your alley.
All right. I don't have my gloves.
I handed gloves back to everyone.
Oh. Where?
After I.
Where did you put them? Or are you gonna
them.
give them to me?
I gave them to
I
you.
don't have hands.
It's like putting shoes on a toddler.
Where'd you put them?
It's like putting shoes on a
Where
toddler.
did you put them? Where are my gloves, Dylan?
Where are your hands, G?
Well, I can have hands when I have gloves. That's how gloves work.
I think you better. You know what? Here, I'll do it.
Dylan hands the gloves over to Morgan.
All right. Hold out your wrists, I guess.
He holds out his wrist. It looks like you can see almost nothing in where his down
Alright.
his sleeves.
And now to see if I put the right glove on the right hand.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
I didn't
Oh
think
yeah,
about that.
reverses left and right.
I'm reversing his left and right.
Have fun.
Yeah, so you sort of put the gloves on G, and G, your thumb is sort of squished up into where the pointy, like, the pinky finger usually is, not the pointy.
The pointy finger.
Your pointiest finger.
Here's my pointiest finger.
But yeah, along with your pointer finger, sort of just wedged up in that one. And then you have a little flab of fabric that sort of just hangs out on the side. This is, and you know instantly this is not how they go on.
Meh. Something's not right here.
I don't think anything about you is right.
And then I'm gonna go up to Morgan and then just look at how her arms and hands are structured and how my arms and hands are structured.
Why is this side like your other side?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a real, genuine clown.
That is true. And I try putting my hand up to my chin, trying to think and like scratch it. Just, this feels weird.
Yeah, you can't scratch your chin really all that well.
Oh, I guess I'll crank the box. And I'm gonna start cranking the box with my non-dominant hand.
Can you roll me athletics with disadvantage?
Absolutely.
Does G only have one hand right now?
No, he has both. He just
Okay.
doesn't know how to
They're
use
just-
them in the way they
The
are.
right hand is on the left arm,
It was
and
just,
vice
it was
versa.
just the way that was described. It seemed like he only had one at the moment.
All right, with disadvantage, that is a athletics.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 7.
7. Okay. Yeah, you sort of like start trying to push it down. It does not budge. It sort of just stays there.
It's not working. It's just kind of staying here.
Dylan would like to try.
Alrighty.
Guidance, because I forgot the first time.
What do I add to that?
A D4.
That's what I thought.
Quick, add the D4.
That didn't help at all. That's a 5.
A 5. Oh my. Dylan, you sort of go to crank the Jack in the Box, but you're no better than G. It sort of just stays there, and with both of you at it, it does not budge.
Let me see if I can do anything. I'll give it a shot, and I'll guidance myself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's like
Better than
17.
us. Yeah, that's better than us.
Morgan, instantly, as soon as you lay your hand on the what's it called?
crank.
On the crank, it instantly starts going. It gives you no trouble at all. And it sort of makes you think, weird. So yeah.
Are you two okay?
Morgan just thinks it's the Sword in the Stone
Oh.
at Disney. Only
Oh, of course.
Only
It
select
only
people.
turns for monarchs.
That's so obvious.
As you begin to crank it, you sort of hear the mechanisms inside sort of click into place. And with each crank, the sort of anticipation builds up. Can everyone roll me wisdom saving throws real quick?
I can sure try.
can.
Oh boy, I am. What am I rolling?
Wisdom saving throw.
I am neutral on those.
That's a 22 for me.
Womp.
That's a nat 20
Okay.
with a +0.
That's a
Hey.
6 for me.
6, okay.
I'm just lucky
I
I
got
have a
an 8.
+4 to wisdom.
I love how I was like, I can sure try, and then proceeded to get a nat 20.
Yep.
So
Pretty silly
G,
stuff.
you got 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bree, trust me. It'll be funny. Bree.
Dill,
Yes. Hi.
G,
Meh.
you sort of watch on as the Jack in the Box flings open, sprouting out a green dragon, like on a like stuffed green dragon head, like plushie, on a spring with like sort of a jester's outfit, like lunging forward at you, as both of you are frightened by this thing. Morgan, Dylan, you
Yes.
can't help but to feel the slightest bit of like it was just comedic timing for y'all, so you find it a little bit funny.
Wait, I'm gonna hold up my little goop dragon just like next to it and see if there's any resemblance.
You hold it up. There's like no resemblance at all, but the goop dragon sort of just paws at the plush, leaving like little goop strands from it onto like the plush.
Emma, knowing the context behind this dragon,
Yeah.
I don't think that's healthy for the plush.
No. As you see like the plush start to like smoke a little bit.
Is it safe for me to be carrying this thing around?
Surprisingly enough, yeah.
Or so you think.
Yeah, is Morgan gonna develop some horrible disease in 20 years? Is that how this works?
Who knows? Only time will tell. But yeah, Dill, your expressionless self is scared.
I hate that thing. It's horrifying. Someone please take care of it.
What? It's adorable.
I'm sort of like covering my eyes. Can someone just get rid of it, please?
It's so cute. I'm gonna like.
It got me good. I'm gonna be honest. That was pretty funny the way I got scared.
Can we please like shove this down back into the box or something?
He's just a little guy.
I would like to try and remove it from the spring.
Okay. Okay, how are you gonna do that exactly?
You said it's a plush.
Yeah?
I doubt that it's like hammered onto it. It's metal on fabric.
Mm-hmm. So, like,
I
are
would
you
like
gonna...
to try and actually? I would like to try and gingerly yank it off as to not tear it.
Guidance.
Yay.
Okay.
Sleight of hand.
Yes.
Rerolling that. Ooh, yippee. That is a. I got a math here.
Math doesn't exist.
With enough practice, you'll master it eventually.
But
That is a 23.
That was funny, actually. I like that one.
23? Okay. So if you're 23, yeah, you sort of just pull it off the spring easily.
You'll master it eventually.
It sort of just stares back up at you, motionless, as it sort of smiles.
That's not motionless.
I mean, it had a smile,
Okay.
so like, but yeah, how are you gonna like hold? Are you gonna just take that with you on your journeys? Like, what's
Yeah, it's going in the bag of holding.
okay? You shove it into the bag of holding. It's into
It's
whoever.
in the void.
Yeah, it's in the
It's in
void
the
now.
void.
It's in the void.
As for Dyll and Morgan, something's not right. Something is afoot. And I would like everyone. Well, besides Dyll and Morgan, do you want to ready in action?
Wait, how come Morgan and I can't ready in action?
I mean, yeah, Dyll and Morgan.
I would like to load a shot into my bow.
Okay.
Already a fireball.
Okay. As one of the armchairs slowly morphs into a mimic.
Fireball.
Oh. It's wizard time.
It's a wizard time.
Alrighty.
Fireball.
So, yeah. Fireball is
Dexterity saving throw.
okay.
I'm just remembering all of the like Baldur's Gate TikToks
Yeah.
and how terrifying they turn into with fireball.
Ooh, that's a lot of ones.
Okay. Does a 14 pass?
It does not.
Okay. Alrighty.
So, how
That's
do we
only
do?
16 damage, though. I rolled 4 ones on my d6s.
Still pretty good though. 16.
Yep, 16 fire damage.
Alrighty. And then Dyll, you also readied in action.
Yes.
All right. What are you?
I'm gonna shoot it with
All
a
right.
bow.
Go
An
ahead.
arrow.
Go ahead.
14.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, that hits.
12 piercing damage.
Alrighty. And can everyone roll initiative now?
I love having advantage on this.
I don't love not having advantage.
Robert, I just
ho,
rolled
ho.
an 11 and a 3.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 16.
But that is a 19 on my end.
I want you guys to
That's a
guess
4
how
for
much
me.
I got.
I'm sorry, I dazed out. Can we go around the table and say initiative counts, please?
I got a 19.
19. Okay. Ethan,
5.
5.
You got
okay.
a good old.
Yeah, Robert motioned 4 at me. And then lastly, Nick.
I got a 16.
Okay. Let me just put this in order now.
Man, I'm just burning through my spell slots. Just kidding, I have so many spell slots. Hence why I've been using them so much.
Real. How many spell slots do you have?
Total, like 9.
All right. Dylan, what are you doing?
I don't know. Let's find out. I gotta go back to the tab I was using. Maybe. Okay. You know what? I want to use Frostbite. I'm gonna use
Okay.
Frostbite, so I need a con save.
Oh, you need a con save. Sorry, I'm so out of it right now.
All good.
Con save sounds like something you would do to avoid a charlatan.
Mm-hmm. I'm
But,
guessing a 8 fails.
We
Oh,
are
yeah.
we are the cons though.
It's true.
I'm stealing a D6.
That's why he needs a con save.
It takes 4 cold damage and has disadvantage on its next attack. roll.
Wait. Aren't we level 5, so you do 2d6
That's
with
what
the
I did.
cantrip? Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I stole one of Ethan's dice.
I see.
So far, 4 cold damage.
Yep, 4 cold damage and has disadvantage
Okay.
on its next turn.
And that's everything you're doing?
Yep.
All right. It do be its turn now. Let's see. What is it gonna do? It's going to take a little, or at least try to take a little bite out of Dylan.
It sure can
Meh.
try.
It sure can try. And your AC's a 14, right? Alrighty. Oh. So it just hits, okay. Need to roll a whole bunch of damage now.
Don't like that phrasing, but okay.
Okay, so you take 10 points of piercing damage and then 5 points of acid damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay, what does uncanny dodge do again?
I use a reaction to have my attack damage.
Alrighty.
So that would make it a 7, correct? Did I
Yep.
math right?
All
That
right.
is correct.
D&D having always confuses me.
And that's the mimic's turn. Now it's G.
Meh. Let's see, what do I have? See?
Yeah, you see?
I guess I will cast Magic Missile.
Ooh, magic missile.
Yes.
Spell attack or save.
Let me see.
Neither. It just hits.
Oh,
Just
Does it-
happens.
Does it now?
Yep.
okay.
Wow, I win.
Congratulations.
All right, so how I want to flavor this is I'm going to reach into my hat. My hat is now just going to be the source of all my spells. I'm going to reach into my hat, and I am going to pull out a... What is this? What is the mimic again? Could you describe what the mimic is again?
The mimic was an armchair, but now it's reverted back to its original form. So it sort of looks like a chest with little teeths and a purple tongue sort of sticking out. And it sort of looks like a chest now.
Is there like pieces of like metal on the
Yes.
chest? Okay, funny. So I'm gonna like start like throwing things out of my hat in a very comedic fashion, like no. I wonder what this does. And then I pull out like a magnet, like that has like more nails than it should on it, and it's going to leave my hand.
Okay.
And the magic missile is just going to be a missile. It's going to be a magnet with a bunch of nails on it.
Alrighty.
Okay. D4, go. That is a 4. You
A
take
4.
4 magnet damage.
Okay.
4 magnet damage.
Yeah.
And is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, it is now Dill's turn.
Meh. But he doesn't make that noise because
He
he
just
talks
says, Meh.
meh. All right. So describe the scene in front of me again. I apologize.
So it is a mimic, sort of just right behind y'all. Looks like a chest now, has a purple tongue, has pretty sharp teeth, and
Has nails sticking out of it now.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Give me 1 second.
Just
if
got
you will.
fireballed.
Also just got a little bit of cold damage.
All right, I'm
Getting
gonna
hidden
try
with the
something.
sweet and spicy.
I'm gonna try something I haven't really tried before. So I'm going to change out my weapons. And I am going to take out 2 machetes.
oh,
And I am going to attempt to do 2-weapon fighting.
Wow.
okay.
I haven't done this before. Can you walk me through it?
I can.
Oh my gosh.
So
Thank
how 2-weapon fighting works is that if you take the attack action on your turn
Which I am.
using a weapon in your main hand that has the light and finesse properties. Or sorry, light property, just the light property. And you are wielding another weapon in your offhand that also has the light property.
Such as 2 short swords.
Correct. You can then use a bonus action on your turn to make another attack using the offhand weapon.
Okay, so I roll to attack.
Yes.
This is going to be really funny if I just miss. 18.
18 hits.
I fired.
All right.
I missed.
I
Fired
fired
again.
and I missed.
So
I fired
that's
third time and I missed.
That's 5 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Now what do I do now? Do I just
So you have the extra attack feature, right?
I do, but I
So
also
then you could make a second attack using your main hand weapon.
okay, and then I can do a third attack on top of that.
Yes, as a bonus action, which if you hit would not add your stat to the damage because it's 2-up fighting, and that's how that works.
Yeah.
You would need the fighting style 2-up fighting in order to add your stat modifier to the damage.
I'm just trying to see, Emma, how would you allow it? Could I use my extra attack to make 4 attacks?
Honestly, yeah.
Awesome. So I'm going to bonus attack with the short sword again.
Okay.
And that, what do I do? Do I roll to hit again?
Yes.
Do I roll to hit again?
Oh, yes.
This is my bonus attack.
You roll a hit with all the attacks.
That hits.
I have all the attacks.
Okay.
And I'm going to deal another 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
But wait, there's more. Fighters get this cool thing called extra attack, which allows me to do everything I just did again. So I'm
Well, that wouldn't be raw, but
what do you mean?
DM. So, as written, the extra attack would only let you make one more attack using your main hand weapon.
Okay.
But
Oh.
if we're letting you do 4 attacks, then I don't know. Then
I
I
think-
would have to
It's
ask
up to
the
Emma.
DM.
Emma,
I
what do
think
you
it's silly goofy, so I'm allowing
But
it.
then am I the only one here that gets extra attack?
I mean, rogue, caster. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. 16, 17, 18. Does 19 hit?
Yes.
Awesome.
I like how it wasn't even
That's
considered
2
half
piercing
cast.
damage.
You
Finally,
are also a caster.
and for that 4th attack, it doesn't even matter because that's a nat 1.
Yep. No.
So you see me, I take these 2 short swords these 2 machetes off of my back, and I just go and I swing and I twirl and I swing and I twirl and I swing and I twirl and I miss completely.
And I swing and I miss.
Woo, 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 spinning around on the spot.
Alrighty. And that's your turn?
And I end my turn.
Alrighty. Lastly, it is Morgan's turn.
All right, we're just gonna go Toll the Dead here. So I need a Wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty. Hi. So you might be wondering why we suddenly stopped out of nowhere, it seems. Well, if you don't know, DnDVL is a pre-recorded show that pre-records on Sundays and airs on Mondays. And we just encountered some technical difficulties where the recording sort of stopped abruptly right when I was making sort of a wisdom saving throw for what Morgan's attack was. Which, by the way, Morgan, what was your attack in combat?
It was Toll the Dead, a cantrip, and it slew the mimic most gloriously.
Thank you very much. And we're just going to summarize really quickly what happened because we caught it pretty early on, but some stuff did happen. So, to quickly summarize, they defeated the Mimic with Morgan's Toll the Dead, after which Morgan sleight-of-handed the Mimic to see if there was any treasures on it. Morgan, what did you find?
I found 1 scroll of Speak with Plants, so I could finally speak with those guys. 4 silver teaspoons with agonized faces on the handles, and 1 bronze candlestick in the shape of a leg.
Okay. After which, there was only one way to proceed. One single door. Upon which, everyone sort of started listening in. In the room, they heard some children speaking amongst themselves, saying how they're sort of ready to return to their bunks for the night. And they also heard some outside commotion. After which, after hearing that, they entered the room, where they were met with I'll reread the sort of description for stuff. So they were met with flickering lanterns illuminate a cluttered workshop filled with soft, ambient music produced by bells and chimes. Parts of toys are heaped on the tables, leering dolls' heads, half-built rocking horses, unpainted wooden balls, and stuffed limbs of soft toys. A stove at the back of the room holds a saucepan of smelting metal. 3 doors exit the workshop, and 2 storefront windows overlook the market outside. They also saw 3 young children are gathered around a wooden work table. The eldest, a drow boy, prances on the tabletop with a bar of soap in one hand, with a halfling girl and a human girl giggling at his audacity. And the party noticed that the children were, in fact, sort of shackled up, and that they also had the weird sort of clock things that G has on his wrist. Except theirs is about a week's time, and and this was a form of punishment given to them by the Coven, for sort of talking poorly about them. And yeah, Dyll was the one sort of communicating with them, asking them all these sorts of questions.
What did you 3 do?
Well, like we said, we sort of talked badly about the Coven, the little halfling girl
I
says.
know what you said, but what did you... I know what you said. What did you 3 say about the Coven?
We sort of said the Coven was a bunch of stinky heads.
Well, you deserve what you get at that point. I can't even believe you would say that about anyone. What a horrible, horrible thing to say.
Well, I'm sorry. We didn't think it would have such a severe punishment. But hey, maybe Will break us out sometime soon. You know, like Will said that he wouldn't leave us behind.
Oh, Will, we met Will. He kind of got cursed.
He did?
Yeah, he's not really himself anymore. He's sort of a goody two-shoes type at this point.
Oh no, Will, the sort of drow boy, sort of like furrows his brows and like sort of puts his face in his hand, just like, oh, they got him. Oh, who am I supposed to talk trash about the Coven with now?
I'm gonna kneel down sort of to their height level and just sort of look side to side and be like, between you and me, I don't like the Coven much either. You can just...
They all sort of gasp.
Don't tell anyone, but you can talk trash about them to me. Your secret's safe with me.
Okay. And they sort of just like, the 2 girls start to giggle amongst themselves again, just like, ooh, she also doesn't like the Coven.
I mean, I can't think of a single person in this room that likes the Coven. I certainly don't.
That's true. They do sort of suck.
How would you like to go free?
That would be great.
All right, I'm gonna try to. So you said they're chained up.
Yes.
Are there locks on their manacles or whatever?
Yes, there is.
I will try to lockpick said locks.
Well, hold on, Morgan. We might just be sending these kids to their deaths. It seems like all they have to do is make toys in a workshop. I mean, that's a lot better.
Yeah, but that's like not acceptable, That's child labor. I can't allow this to go on.
I mean, you could.
Corellin couldn't.
Krellin doesn't exist.
Corellin does exist.
Fireball. Oh, yeah?
I
I'm just kidding.
I quickly grab G and I point his hat in your direction of the fireball. Right?
If Corellin's not real, then how can I do this?
Every time I
Who do you
hear-
think gives me my spells? Huh?
Every time I hear the Krellin thing, I can only think of Megamind.
Wait, which
There is no-
scene?
There is no Tooth Fairy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
there is none- and there is no Queen of England.
There is no illusion magic. There is no Witchlight Carnival. And there is no Corellin.
Actual Dyll moment.
Actual Dyll moment.
Where do you think your magic arrows come from? I don't know. Science.
Anyways, I'm gonna try and lockpick the manacles. With guidance, of course.
Okay.
That's a 14.
Okay, with a 14, you're able to at least unlock one of them. And you specifically unlock the Drow Boy's sort of shackles, and he just looks up at you and it's just like, "Thank you, miss."
I would also like to lockpick.
Okay.
Guidance for you.
Yippee!
Everybody gets a guidance.
You get a guidance. You get Morgan's just
Hooray.
Oprah with guidance. I
Yes.
swear.
You get
That's a
bees.
dirty 20.
Okay.
21.
All right. Yeah,
Almost.
you get the remaining locks off.
And this is why we send the rogue to do things.
Yeah, that is true.
I forgot you were a rogue.
Teehee.
You want to just have my gloves of thievery so that you can just do that in the future?
I mean, I'm not against it.
All right, you can have them. Because
Yippee.
what am I going to do with those, honestly?
Alrighty. And so they sort of just look up at you and they're like, "Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For doing this for us, we'll give you something in return." And they sort of like go through their pockets and they're like, "Ooh, how about this? Okay." And they hand you let's see. The one little girl hands you a jar of iridescent glass eyes. Another hands you a silver hammer and chisel and green leather tool belt. And the drow boy gives you iron metal working tongs shaped like the jaws of a snapping dragon.
All right, so who wants which thing?
I would like the tongs.
All right, I'll take the eyes if no one else wants them.
And it was the tool belt.
Yep.
Gee, do you want the tool belt?
Man, what am I gonna use that for?
Oh.
It's a
Illusions?
place you can use it to carry illusion potions.
That doesn't make any sense, but I'll take it.
I'm pretty sure he just keeps those in his hat.
Yes, but aesthetic, I don't know. We need him to feel included.
All right, I'm gonna take it with my.
Oh, gee, you can put that around the brim of your hat.
I could use a brim. This old one is all tattered.
It would look a lot.
with no brim.
It would look a lot cooler than anyone else's top hat.
That is true.
Imagine bragging. I've got the only top hat with pockets.
Yeah, you could call it the Utila hat.
Yes. Utila hat. Man, this hat is gonna be so useful now that I know I can put things in it.
And the children sort of just wave goodbye as they go back through the door.
Stay out of trouble now.
Towards like the
Oh.
way that y'all came. And they're just like, "Okay, bye."
Oh, we need to do something because they only have about a week to live.
Dylan's gonna lean into Morgan and just go, "They're so doomed."
Yeah, probably. But at least I feel good.
where to next?
Well, let's see. You said there were 3 doors out.
Well, actually, I would like to look through the room.
Oh, good idea.
Can I see if there's, now that I have these prongs, what are they?
Tongs.
Tongs.
I'd like to see if there's anything inside of the fire.
Okay. Inside the fire of the stove? Or, where exactly are you?
The fire of the stove. Like, I
Okay.
want to see if there's anything inside of there. Wait. No, sorry. I'm trying to very much keep in mind the law of equivalent exchange.
Okay.
And I thought that we didn't trade anything back for the gift, but we traded them their freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Got it. Yes, awesome.
All right, roll me investigation.
1 second. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You do find something that is almost like it almost has like a pulse.
I'd like to pull it out of the fire.
That's concerning.
You pull it out of the fire, and it appears to be that of a little fire demon.
Oh,
And
Oh.
he just looks at you
I am terribly sorry, sir.
and says, "Sheesh, couldn't you have let me sleep a little bit? For that, I curse you with."
No, thank you. I already have enough curses. But it was very nice, and I put him back inside and I closed the door.
And you just hear a muffled, "May all your bacon burn."
I love Calcifer so much.
And that's an extra curse to me. Because personally, Ethan, hi there. I like chewy bacon. I can't stand crispy bacon.
I love
It's
crispy.
I love crispy
it's
bacon.
gross.
What are you talking about?
Eat beef jerky then.
I do eat beef jerky.
Well, there you
it's
go.
delicious.
It is
Honestly, though, I understand that point. I also prefer chewy bacon over
I don't like-
crispy
What?
bacon.
I don't like bacon.
Bree, we're surrounded.
I usually try to just eat
Surrounded by
through it.
fools.
Surrounded by
That's usually
fools.
my thing.
Real. I don't
Okay.
mind crispy bacon if it's chopped up and put in something, but if I'm eating like bacon on its own, I don't want to chew bark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robert looks like he's gonna kill me.
Robert is so
Yes,
done.
He's ready. He's ready. He's gonna kill man.
His eyes
You
are
have an
so
objectively
wide.
incorrect opinion.
No. You have the incorrect opinion. People need to have
Wrong.
incorrect opinions to make my opinions correct.
Wrong.
You're wrong.
Wrong.
You're wrong. I'm gonna tell your parents about this.
They listen to DnDVL
My
anyway.
father will hear about this.
My father would hear of this.
With that, there is a lot more commotion outside towards L2, and it seems to be a little bit of a market.
Can I look out the what are those? Windows?
They're like sort of like big archways.
I'll look out one of those things and see what's going on.
All right, you see 3 stalls selling candy are situated in this clearing, lit by windows carved into the giant fallen tree to one side of it. 2 goblins are working in each stall, and the whole enterprise is watched closely by a goblin with a toffee apple head, who appears to be muttering quietly to himself.
Do any of the stalls look like they're selling anything of particular interest?
So most of them are selling candy, specifically like candied apples, but one of the stalls for some reason has sort of like a unicorn horn dangling from like the top of it.
Seems rather valuable. I think that's something worth us sneaking over and grabbing.
Oh yeah, I'll just sneak over in my full scale armor.
No, I'm not talking to you.
I can
Sister?
distract them.
feel like you can go sneak over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna sort of vault my way out through the archway.
Okay.
Morgan full on yeet.
You want to roll me performance for trying to get them to focus in on you?
Sure thing. Guidance. Performance. Ooh, that's like a solid +2. That means I get a total of 16.
16? Yeah, they sort of focus in on you.
I'm gonna start preaching about Corellin and how cool he is.
And they're just like, Krellin does sound really cool. Maybe we should look into it later. Yeah, maybe we can start selling like Krellin merch here or something.
My first thought was in Skyrim when you go to Whiterun.
Yo, the Talos guy.
Heimsker.
Oh, brave Talos.
My first thought.
Since you are giving them such valuable information about future marketing tactics, they offer you a piece of candy.
Hey, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. I'll take the candy and I will pocket it
Okay.
and continue with the sermon.
Can
while
you
looking-
roll? Can you roll me a D8 just for a side note for future reference?
Sure thing. That's a 1.
A 1. Okay. Okay.
I'll try and keep an eye out through the corner of my eye for Dylan, who's sneaking around, presumably.
Alrighty. And then Dylan, since Morgan is distracting, do you want to roll stealth at advantage?
Yes, I do. Oh, I'm so glad that was at advantage. Not that it would matter, but that is a 21.
21? Yeah, so you go over there without anyone noticing you. And then do you want to do sleight of hand to get the unicorn horn?
Yes, please. And with the gloves of thievery, that is a 24.
Yeah, you easily take that unicorn horn.
Let's go. Drop that in the bag of holding.
And now, what are you gonna do?
I would like to sneak back.
All right, roll me another stealth
At
with advantage.
That is a 30.
Yeah, you make it back easy peasy.
I rolled an 18.
Nice. Do I notice that the unicorn horn is gone and that Dylan has also absconded?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to wrap up my sermon and just say, remember, be good. Corellin has a list of naughty and nice goblins, and he checks it twice.
Corellin's just Santa.
Okay. They
Then
sort of nod their head and they're like, "Thank you, miss. We shall remember you kindly. Yes."
All right, and then I'm going to climb back through the archway
Okay.
into the room.
My exit is just gonna be, man, I was also here, and then just stumble and just not as elegantly go out the same archway.
G just trips.
Yeah, he trips.
Ew, he doesn't seem
He
okay.
needs some milk.
And with that, that's where we're ending it for tonight. So thank everyone for watching. And let's quickly do our quote segment.
Yeah.
All right. Today's winnings are pieces of candy from the Goblin Market.
Of which I already have one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who said this? Don't all of you put orange juice into your pancake mix?
Wasn't that Nick? No, that was you.
No.
Who was it?
Was that you?
It was a me.
You should know that. You live with her.
Hey, Emma.
Hmm.
I just bought orange juice. Do
We're-
not
we're
put
not-
it in the mix.
We're not doing that.
You better note down the quantity of orange juice that you have
Yeah.
and check it every day. Especially when you have pancakes.
Next quote. Interesting. My Elderoy is also silent.
That was
Was
Nick.
that Nick?
Nope.
Oh wait, no, that
yeah,
was you.
so- yeah.
It was me.
Ah,
Got the fake out there.
yep.
From the hit musical Cats.
It's probably me.
Was that you?
I say
That,
hit- I
that
just,
was
Ethan?
that was me.
No.
No.
is it me?
Was it Bree?
Was it
No.
also you, Emma?
It was also me.
Oh my gosh.
All three have been Emma so far.
Come on, one more. Hit us with one more.
This one's a tour. So,
A twofer.
yep.
A Topher.
A twofer.
A tofu.
Topher medley?
Who
that-
said?
Is that his last name?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe I just got spoiled like that.
Sorry.
Who said coffee is superior?
You said it was a twofer. Where's the second half?
The second half is if no one's got me, Elena's got me.
Oh, that was me and Elena.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
That was like Elena. That was. So
I
great.
still stand by it.
Yeah.
You're all
I s-
wrong.
I still stand by the notion that if you need cream and sugar in your coffee, you're addicted.
Yeah.
If you just drink it black with maybe a little bit of sweetening in it, you like coffee.
Just drink
I
tea.
was-
It tastes good.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
I was so tempted the other day, Emma, to take your maple syrup out of the fridge and make coffee.
You could have. You
I
could have,
was
honestly.
so tempted, and then I was like, no, I need tea.
Yeah, shout out Mike Dramer again. Love you, Dad. My dad
Um,
listens to these.
Hello. But yeah, that was tonight's episode. Thanks again for watching it.
They're not watching it.
Listening in. Same difference, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Depends on your perspective, I guess.
I stare at
Yeah.
the screen sometimes while the little bar is going.
Yeah, of course. Hey,
Yeah.
if you're listening,
There's still a beautiful graphic that is the thumbnail every single week.
if you're
Yep.
listening to this, you should
True.
type in awesome.
Awesome.
Into you, just
Wow.
on the normal screen of YouTube, type in awesome, and it changes the red sliding bar to a rainbow.
Can we get some awesomes in chat?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Can,
So
can we get a few Corellin take the wheels in chat?
Got
let's
any primers in chat?
let's do our final advertisements for this week's episode.
I am calling on Robert. I don't want to do it again.
All right.
All right.
Hi. If you're listening to this, you probably like D&D, don't you?
Not really, no.
Well, what if I told you that you could not only play D&D, you could play it with the wonderful casts and hosts of this here podcast, DnDVL?
Fascinating. Where do I do that?
Well, interesting you should ask. You can go to the meetings of the Fredonia D&D Fellowship, which meets every Tuesday and Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Williams Center, or occasionally in the Science Center, but not again this semester, so just the Williams Center, where you could play D&D with us.
So awesome.
And
so
the
cool.
famous Basil, I forget his last name.
Basil,
Basil,
Fishland,
Fishland,
Darmander,
Darmander,
Sun Go,
Sun
Ninja
Go,
Go,
Ninja Go, Ku.
Cucumber.
Yeah.
That's
The fifth.
that's the new one. Spoiler.
Also, Robert,
The fifth.
Yes.
your improv.
What?
I could tell you're like trying to think of what to say.
Yep.
Isn't there
I'm a
one-
trained theater professional.
Isn't there? There's two more clubs we need to plug.
Yep.
Yep.
Elena.
Well, first of all, you're listening to 89.5 The Inferno. But also, this is from Fredonia Radio, which is also pretty cool. Both D&D and Fredonia Radio are cool. And that's why we collab together,
Of course.
because we're both cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's a third one we got to plug. Join Karaoke Club.
Yeah.
Meet Saturdays.
Also
5 p.m.
overlap
somewhere.
between D&D and Fredonia Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They meet Saturdays at 5 p.m. somewhere in the Williams Center.
I think it's usually the Poochie Room. That's 202.
Something like that. I don't know. They
No,
meet
I
in-
think that's 204.
They meet
Is
in
it
one of
now?
the. They meet in no. 204
Oh wait, no,
is where
not
we
204. Sorry.
Meet. They meet somewhere on the 200th
I
floor.
think it's 202.
Just go there. You'll find them eventually.
Yeah. The campus has a lot to offer.
Yeah.
Should definitely take that on.
Yeah.
All right.
If we're plugging in other clubs, I would say
Don't join chess club.
chess club's so cool. It's so awesome. Chess is for everyone, even if you don't know how to play. I didn't know how to play before joining, and we have our final meeting this December 2nd from 1 to 3 p.m. And it's going to be an e-board tournament. So, yeah, come stop by. You could, if you win enough points, you can possibly win a prize. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Awesome.
That's crazy how we're getting to last meetings of the semester.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
Crazy.
don't want to
seriously.
think about that.
Yeah.
I do.
No.
I'm done with this semester. I'm tired.
Ugh.
I'm tired, boss.
It's called Emma's not going to have to deal with me for a month in person.
I don't know what I'm gonna do without Robert for an entire few months.
Yeah, no one does.
Well, with that, let's say our final goodbyes. Starting off with me. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, Emma.
Bye, Emma.
Goodbye, Emma.
All right, and next up is me. This has been Elena, and thank you for listening.
Bye, Elena.
Bye, Elena.
And next up is me. Farewell.
Bye, Robert.
Goodbye, Robert.
See you later,
Robert.
Robert.
I'll see you, Robert.
Oh, bye, Robert.
I'll see you later, Robert.
Why'd you say bye to Robert twice? I like Robert. Anyways, goodbye, everyone.
Wait.
Oh, goodbye, Ethan.
Huh?
What's up?
Bye, Ethan?
Bye,
Question
Ethan.
mark?
Bye, Ethan.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, I'm confused. I'm leaving. I'm so confused. Bye.
Goodbye, Bree. Get out, Bree. So long, Bree. All right, I guess I'm out of here now. Forever.
Bum, bum, bum.
How did you get in here?
Who let you back into the recording booth? All right, bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.